in Abu Dhabi. It should be 7:40 p.m. in India. We shall start our today's learning session. Today it is session number 279, and topic of discussion today is Kundalini awakening and spiritual scenarios. So first we will start with the questions what is posted in the group, posted by Rishi from Poland. So we'll start with that, then later we'll go to our detailed explanation of the Kundalini energy, Kundalini awakening, and how many types of Kundalini and things like that. That is, we'll go a little detail. So it's a good opportunity. I don't remember we have discussed about Kundalini in detail. At least last 3 years, I don't remember. So it is good opportunity. We'll go into the detail today. But before that, let me answer all the questions. So Rishi, you are here?
Yes, Guruji.
All right. You go ahead with your questions.
So my first question is about, can you elaborate on Kundalini energy? What is it, and are there different types of Kundalini energy?
Okay. Fine. So just now I will just answer the meaning of it, and detail I will go into the session, what I said, different types, etc. Kundalini, literally means it is coil-like snake. Okay, it's a kundal. And it is basically our creative energy, the spiritual energy, or we call it divine feminine energy, what we are made of. Okay. So it is, in our physical body, it is stored near the root chakra in the subtle level. In the energy system, it is subtle. And the Kundalini awakening means we have to raise that energy, and through the Sushumna Nadi, where all the chakras are present. And it is the whole purpose is to raise that. So that energization has to reach up to the 7th chakra top, then our whole energy channel opens. Okay. So this is basically the spiritual setup in your physical body. That is what it is. And further that, there are a lot of experiences and things like that will happen. So let me stop here to answer this, but the detail I will come into the second half of this today's session, go into the each type detail and the technology and what they call it, and whether there are many types, how many types are there, and all those kind of things. Okay? All right? Yeah. Yeah, you are muted. Can you go to the second question? Yeah.
Sorry. Second question is, when we practice Nirmal Kriya, does Kundalini energy rise from Muladhar to Sahasrara in installments, depending upon our level of awareness?
Okay. Yeah. See, it doesn't go the way you categorized it. I'll tell you the different process. At the time of initiation, when your guru initiates you, and he or she uses Shaktipat. Shaktipat means that spiritual energy invoked by guru and passed it on to the seeker who is getting initiated. And within doesn't take any time, fraction of a second, all 7 chakras are activated. Okay, at one go. Okay. So that the channel is open, so that technically in that case that it is now Kundalini can go through all the places, all the chakras. Okay, in the first instant. Now the thing is that when that happens, that initiation happens through Shaktipat, the channel opens up. So technically it can go anywhere. Like the road is open, you have a car. Okay, how much you will go? When you can move all the way. Suppose it is between city A to city B. You can go all the way up to A to B. There's no issues with that because channel is open. Okay. Now the question is this. Before that, I just to remind you, activation means what? Okay. activation has three components. I had told earlier also, let me repeat it as the context is coming. Three components, what happens during initiation? First is unblocking the chakra. If somebody's chakra, the wheel, the center is sometimes getting blocked, it flushes, opens up center. Otherwise, any kind of chakra means wheel. Wheel will not move if the center is jammed. Okay. So it is important the center. You can think as a hole in the center, like a Sudarshan chakra. So if the hole is blocked, it will not move. That simple as that. So that middle hole needs to be opened up. So that is called unblocking the chakra. Next is the alignment of the chakras. Alignment means different chakra. Assume they are like a disc. Different disc can put it in different angle. No, 7. There are 7 chakras in the body. The main Sushumna Nadi. So the energy cannot move up unless until they are centered and in the parallel. Okay, so that is called alignment. So if there is a different position, different angle, they need to come one after another like that, and the center aligned so that when the Kundalini energy passes, it should pass through all the 7 at one go. So unblocking the chakra and then alignment. And the third part is energization. Only unblocking alignment is not good enough. It needs to rotate. Alignment means, suppose it is a car. All the wheel need to be aligned. No? In the front side, like a direct parallel thing. If the one wheel is there, car cannot move. So first is alignment and then energization. The engine need to start and rotate them so that whole car can move forward. Same here. Okay. So they come into the active state when they are energized. It needs a lot of energy to move them. Yeah. So if all of them unblocked, obviously, then aligned and then energized, that is the condition. It is called the chakras are activated. Okay. In the vehicle analogy, all wheels are running condition. Okay. Then only the vehicle will move. So all chakras, when they are activated, only then Kundalini will move. And move up to the, all the chakras. And when it crosses the Sahasrara, then the broadband connection is established. Or not broadband means all the time. That will come later, the sustained part. First is at least you need to, all the way it has to move so that which is the meditational experience, higher dimensional experience, your soul's experience, all you can experience. Those are energetic. Unless until body is tuned, you cannot experience those. The energetic experience or meditational experience will be missing. Because of that, many people, they never had spiritual experience because these chakras are never aligned or activated. So this is the first thing. It happens. So if you're asking how many chakras are open, all of your chakras are open at the time of initiation, not now. Okay. But the thing is, what happens is, slowly, it tries to go back its ideal position. Means in the car analogy, assume that the petrol is not there. So slowly, the one time the wheel will stop rotating, car will stop moving. If you don't fuel it and engine is not running, one time it will stop, right? Same here. So starting and it was moving, all those things is fine. But to keep it moving, that the seeker need to do certain things. In this case, you have to keep giving fuel to the engine so the engine runs and the car moves. Yeah. If you stop giving fuel, it will stop, even though it started originally. So that bit of it, for our case, it is a Kriya Yoga. If you practice regular Kriya, your body machine is getting energy from, it is pranic energy. You get it from chest to stomach breathing, get into from the pranic energy from air into the body, that runs it. So you keep them activated. The vehicle keep moving. Okay. It is also possible that somebody can give the energy externally, like what Guru did in the day one, but you cannot have Guru all the time next to you to do it daily energization. That's not possible. Yeah, practically possible. Okay. So that is the technique you have to use so that you can keep it activated. Okay. So now, can you repeat the question again? Second.
Yeah. So when we practice Nirmal Kriya, does Kundalini energy rise from Muladhar to Sahasrara in installments, depending upon our level of awareness?
Okay. Yeah. See, it is not the level of awareness. You can say your vibration. Okay. You have the cellular vibrancy. Okay. It depends upon your cellular vibrancy or PEVF. Okay. More the higher PEVF you are holding, that easier it passes through. Like when you practice Nirmal Kriya, it will very easily passes through. And see, beyond 700, which the enlightened master, they don't have to do the Kriya on you. They are holding the 700, so instantly just one breathing it goes. Okay, that's it. But wherever you are, lower the vibration, more the attempts, more the effort you need to do to raise the similar kind of things to achieve. Okay. So it is not the awareness, it is the vibration, your like a, what is called default vibration. Like 250 is neutral, below 250 it will not raise at all. Means if it is a negative territory, it will not move. Positive, it will move, but with little effort. When you cross 500, it is very smooth. Love and above frequency. That is very smooth. If you got 700, even if you need not to do Kriya, it will just by intention, it will go. Okay. That is how it is. So if you are saying it is go by steps or not, it depends upon what is the amount of effort you are taking. Means it is you who have to choose not to leave it till it goes. Okay, so why do Nirmal Kriya is defined in such a way that when we do that, whatever rounds of the Kriya we have initially given, if you do the like 5 external mudra and all those things, it will make your channel open. Maybe that will be good for maybe one day and all till you go to sleep. So up to that point, it will keep activated. That's normally. Yeah. So, but when you go more and more into practice, maybe all the 5 things you don't need. That's why we do the pran and then shikhar. Okay. By the way, the shikhar is actually for Kundalini awakening. Pran is to invoke the pranic energy, and then shikhar is this thing actually to raise the Kundalini, and that is it. That should be enough if you do 2. As I said, more you go higher into the vibration, doing part will be less and your being part will be more. But just by intention, you will be able to pull that energy. There are many other techniques. I will come later. But as your question is about the Nirmal Kriya, I told you this is what it is. It depends upon not your awareness, but your cellular vibrancy, what you have achieved so far. Next.
Okay, but before going to the next question, one small
Yes.
clarification. So when I speak about I asked about installments. So what I mean is, does it go like up to, for example, one day up to heart chakra and then stops? Like, does that happen like that? Kundalini energy?
No, normally not.
Okay.
Normally, unless you develop a block.
Okay.
It is possible that their block has been developed, then it will not go beyond that. Okay. And normally why the block happens is if your posture is not correct. Suppose you do the Kriya like this. That's why the first thing we teach, always spinal cord should be straight. Okay. You think it like that. It is like a smoke through a chimney. Why it has to stop in the middle? Unless until it is so much clogged or jammed that fume cannot go further. Otherwise, once it started, it will reach to the end. If you consistently doing it, suppose you give little, very little smoke, and then it will disappear in the middle. That's a different thing. But if you keep giving the smoke, there is no reason that it will stop at the somewhere unless you have some block there. Yeah, that's how it works.
Next question is, as energy flows where attention goes. So during Kriya practice, when we focus on each chakra, does Kundalini flow through that chakra?
Just a moment, somebody wants to join. Yeah. Okay, so focus your attention is just to energize it. Just pranic energy, when through the breathing we invoke from air, and to place it onto that is a method we need to follow to energize or keep it energized, the chakra. And when we complete all, with each round we'll completing all 7. So in that way, you are giving all the chakra necessary energization. The activation has 3 parts. Unblocking, alignment, those have been taken care of. If you do regularly, it will not block, and if you posture is straight, it will be aligned. But the energization part, if you do by focusing one by one, then it will move up. But it is only the obstruction comes if by any reason you mess up the sequence. Like from 1 you go to 4 and then come to 2 and then 5 and then 3, and then the energy will get confused. But normally the normal tendency is go up, provided in the first root chakra you put anal lock, Ashwini. Otherwise it will go towards the ground. There's the only thing. Okay, but once it has started moving up, it will always go up, as long as you keep changing the focus, keep changing the attention higher and higher as you are taught. If you follow that method, it will go up. That is the thing. That is normally the way it flows.
So the next question is, sometimes during the practice in one of the rounds, when one focuses on the chakra, like on the chakras, and then suppose when we come at the heart chakra, some thought enters and focus was broken. What happens to the Kundalini energy? Does it stop flowing?
No, it will not stop flowing. But the thing is, by the way, thought has nothing to do with it. Okay, it's your breathing that takes care of it. Suppose your thought has go to somewhere, so some portion of the energy will go there. That is true. If you're thinking about something, suppose that I have to go to market, the energy will go to the market. It will not be used for activating the chakra. That is true. But it does not mean Kundalini will suddenly go and stop there. No, it is not. Doesn't happen like that. Unless until major block comes, it will not happen like that. Maybe the energy will be shared, the intensity will be less. But it will not just simply stop because you have some thought. Thought is always coming. You cannot get out of that thought yet. Because you are doing Kriya, then you will go into meditation. And the almost 6-step meditation means the last 2 steps you will be maybe going into thoughtless. So thought will be there all the time. So you can say that some energy it is being consumed. That way you are right. But it will not consume so much, then it will be, the chakra will be puzzled what to do. Energy, in fact, not only chakra, all other bodily function will be there. We'll be keep on breathing, our heart will pump. There are many other places also, other than thought, your energy is used. That will keep on running, but that does not mean it will suddenly go to 100% to 0%. That will not happen, but the rate will slow down. That is true. If a thought comes, rate will be slower. And if you can do it in the no thought, then with a very minimum input, efficiency will be very high. Maximum output will be there. That is the advantage.
Question number 5. While it rises through Kriya practice, does Kundalini settle at each chakra with meditation?
Okay. Stop, step by step. It is just our understanding of the root, but it will not stop. once it is started moving, unless until, as I said, that if you don't confuse the energy, like going to higher chakra, coming back lower, and then again higher and all, if you don't do that, or start from the top and go down, then only the energy will be confused, means which direction it will go, it will hamper. But if you do the normal practice, there is no reason that it will be stopping somewhere and all those things. It will keep flowing. There is no reason for that. Yeah.
Okay. What happens if one day the concentration was very high during Kriya, but meditation was not good, that is, mind was chattering? What happens to Kundalini, which was risen during the Kriya practice? Does it go back and sit at original Muladhar chakra?
Yeah. See, normally if it is prolonged time, there is no energization, then it will slowly coil back. That is possible. That is correct. And if it is not done for the multiple days together, then the state of activation reduces. It is, as I give example of the car, there is no fuel. It will go for a certain time, but unless fuel supply stops at a certain level, it will stop. So that is the reason that we recommend you have to do it daily practice, so that it will keep it activated. But once it is stopped, it again needs a big amount of thrust to start open. So that is the reason. Yeah. But it is normally it will continue for like an inertia type of thing. It will continue for a certain time, but continuously, if there is no activation is receiving by Kriya or thing like that, or Shaktipat or any other technique, then it will stop happening some point of time.
Okay. So this is out of Kundalini, but throughout the day when we are doing our worldly duties, the energy that was risen during the prior Kriya plus meditation practice that we do, does it leak based on our actions throughout the day? How to minimize such energy leaks? 1 hour of spiritual practice versus 15-16 hours of worldly duties. Actually, this was the question from which all the Kundalini, because I keep thinking that
it's okay. No, it's okay. Understood that you are saying that only the input is for 1 hour.
Yes.
And next 25 hours, basically there is no input rather than usage. Then how it will be? See, you can take it like a storage tank. Okay, like your water supply into your house. Suppose, earlier days, every house has a tank, their own small storage tank, and that is being used daily. So you can think like that. So whatever 1 hour, maybe you have started the pump for 1 hour and fill the tank, whatever you need for the day. So that is not an issue. Means you will get the supply, everything is okay. Means if you need not to do it multiple, like multiple time filling the same tank is not possible. Okay. You have to use it as well. Whatever the energy you are storing, that need to be used. Now the question is that how long it will last. In this case, in the physical reality, it is the usage of the water. Less you use, more number of days you can use from the same tank. In this particular, for human body, it is your vibration again. If you have already a higher vibration, your need to run that physical body from that energy reservoir will be much less. Because you are already having a higher level of vibration. So minimum amount of energy you can run for longer. So in that case, you need not to refill daily or something like that. Because in that sense, you can say that the spiritual masters, they are not doing too much Kriya and too many meditation. That's not needed. Because you can sustain the energy. That is one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it is like evaporation. Suppose you have done some practice. So if you put it in a very, like a water, you put it in a very flat surface, like a big plate. then evaporation will be faster. You make something like a, bowl kind of thing, then it will be lesser, same amount of water, it will take more time to evaporate. Then you put it in a glass, it will have longer time. And suppose you put it in a long tube and top only it is evaporating. So that will last long. So that is how it is. So that is how it works. So how many times that energy that you invoke, it will stay with you, less you will evaporate because your normal frequency is high. So evaporation will be less. Okay, but if your normal vibration is less, then it will lose faster. The energy reservoir will lose faster because it will be used so much of energy to running and things like that. So in that case, maybe then you have to replenish twice a day. Okay, to move it, to use the additional energies to go for your Kundalini and other things, like a spiritual part, that also needs energy. So if you exhaust everything in your daily routine and all, then nothing will be left for doing that. So that is how it works.
The next question is on external situation. Sometimes, one second. Sometimes we come across people from various sects. When they hear about any guru, they try to preach my path is the only path, and like follow my God. All others are fake or false. How can we calmly handle in those kind of situations? Yeah.
You see, the truth is that there are multiple ways to, go to that, like to connect with the source or the divine, as Thakur Ramakrishna Dev said, Jyotamot Tatapod. So it is completely foolish to believe that is only one path and my path is the best path. It is basically egoistic statement. Okay, it is not truth, spiritual truth. But your question is not about the truth. Your question is some people who are claiming how to deal with it. It depends who is talking. If possible, just ignore them. Get them win. So let them win the argument. It's okay. That is their idea, their concept. That's fine if they believe that my path is the best path and all those kind of things. So, and that is I'm just giving how it sounds funny. Like, suppose if I'm saying my family is the best family, nobody has a best relationship than mine. It sounds funny, but you can always say that I love my family and I love my, parents, I love my spouse, and that's nothing wrong in that. But when you say that my wife is the best wife in the world, then it sounds very funny. Okay. That's what I'm saying. If it is statement is made out of love that, like some child is saying my father is the best in the world, it's okay. But that does not mean that is the true. And particularly when they compare with somebody else, it is strictly no in the spiritual path. Because comparison is not possible. Every path is unique. So that's why the comparison is not possible. So if somebody says, my God is the only God, within bracket, that is for you. Maybe that is true. That God may be your only path, possible. But that does not apply for everybody. So no need to go into argument. See, I have, after, quite a long, after coming to spirituality and a lot of that, I also found to be right is also an addiction. Okay, we wanted to prove to be right. We want to win the argument. We want to prove logically others are wrong. There is no need. Okay, leave them wherever they are. Because it is not worth to waste our energy to convince somebody else. Okay, and reverse is also true. I don't allow somebody else to lecture me on my path. Okay, because I am not looking for any kind of approval or recognition from anyone. It is a connection between you and the divine, and that's it. That's enough. So there is no reason to, convince somebody and all those kind of things, and never any unsolicited advice also to anybody. There's no need. And to be right, there are so many things wrong in the world, and some of them by design. Who am I to correct all the wrongs? Okay, I need to just work on myself, then that's it. Okay, so basically my practical advice would be just ignore them and give them claps so that they move on. They don't waste much of your time. Okay.
Okay, Guruji. The last question is, we are living in the age of too much of information. There's every day something new popping up, and most of it being unnecessary noise. How to avoid or minimize the impact of overall too much of information?
Yeah. See, I will give in the two level. One is the practical level and the spiritual level. Yeah. The practical level is, yes, it is the age of information. So we bombarded with many, because we have a lot of channels open. We have social media, we have TV, we have, all those things. Like, we have a lot of channels that information reaches us, and very fast. One information generated one part of the world, hardly takes an hour to reach to the other part of the world too. So that is the issue. So they're flooding with different type of information, and nowadays also the information can be generated by artificial intelligence and things like that. So more and more these things happens, less and less truth it comes to us. Because many people, it's not about the technology I'm saying. Technology is good, but users or creators are people. No? Okay. They are creating based on their own interest and their own, sometimes they don't have any interest. They just fun doing something, fun to make some people scared or some people emotional. And that is their, you can say that is their fun play. They do that. Just they enjoy if so many people will be scared with some misinformation. Anyway, so it doesn't matter who gives and what reason. But what I'm basically saying, in this age, it is practically impossible to control it from outside, no matter what you filter and whatever we do. So it will be your choice. So to how much information you will really need and really absorb. So that is up to you. So my advice will be you put your own filter, how much you expose yourself to this kind of information. Because it is in the Google search, everything is available everywhere, so that doesn't take something. I'm not saying to stop completely. You may just check few things here and there, but it's okay. But no need to take anything by heart, and no need to assume that it is true. Okay. There is no reason. Because this is about the practical way. Now let me give you the spiritual thing. See, spiritually, the truth is what you get directly downloaded from the divine net. In Babaji's language, it is from the divine net, internet to divine net. So whatever you are receiving out of your meditation through the connection that, things and invoking the energy of the masters and all what communication you receive directly, not through anybody else, not by reading something or looking YouTube videos. Those are your truth. Okay. So give more focus on that. Suppose, you are confused with something, meditate and ask that, you will get that, your answer. You will get that. But of course, you have to do sadhana to come to that level whether you will be able to communicate. That's a different story. But before you give effort to go there rather than giving effort to understand everything onto the internet. Okay, so that should be your priority. That till I get this connection established, then I will keep on working on me to get this connection open. And this connection is uncontaminated. Nobody can contaminate, no matter what kind of thing they do. It is between you and your higher self, your soul, and that is you take it forward from there. So whenever in this kind of thing comes, then practically what do you do then? Now I'm giving spiritual advice how to deal with it. Earlier I told try to cut short things. Yeah. Spiritually, you can go to a state that is called witness consciousness. Like you are witnessing, you are getting the information, but you are not, nothing is actually touching you. So rather than physically filtering and physically stopping any message or news to reach to you, you can simply be in witness mode and you can flow through all the informations without getting any one of them inside. Okay, nothing. You give importance to nothing. Okay, so no matter what kind of thing it comes, that is one thing, witness consciousness. Second thing, because when all the information comes, it is also true that some of them may be genuine. I'm not saying 100% wrong. Some are genuine. What I'm saying is, how do we know which is true and which is not? In that is your own confirmation. That is a technique. Also, you can put another filter. If listening to something, something inside you resonates. That is the truth. But something, or you can say something maintains your loving existence, then it is the truth. But something creating fear in you or any kind of negative emotions in you, definitely those are not true. Okay, so just receive something, feel how you feel like about it. All of us, we have that instrument. Okay. Only thing, we never use it. Yeah. And it is also fact that we depend upon somebody else's opinion too much, rather than our own self. And that's why we become vulnerable. We get, carried away and all those kind of things. Some people brainwash us and all. Why? Because most of the things in this world, they don't make you a master because they lose their control. Very few, in the masters, on the spiritual path, you will get, they only wanted to create you, make you a master. Even on the spiritual path, many people, they wanted to make disciples, thousands of disciples. That is a disciple creating machine. But anyway, that you have to feel it, that what is the intention of whatever it is there. So if something is empowering you, something is generating, or allowing to maintain love, energy, the creative energy within you, that you accept. But anything fear of any kind of fear, any kind of, distance between any two things, between communities, between religions, between persons and all, nationalities and all, those are definitely not the truth. Somebody else is floating that information so that they have some vested interest, so that some people will act certain way. That's what it is. Okay, so these are the spiritual techniques we use, Sakshi Bhav, and also you check whether it is generating positive vibe within you or not. If not, drop it. Okay, that is not true. All right.
Yes, Guruji. These were the questions. Yeah. Thank you so much for addressing.
Okay. Fine. Now we'll go into the discussion on the Kundalini. All right. So now let us talk about the Kundalini awakening. The Kundalini, or whatever Kundalini we are talking, as we mentioned, that Kundalini literally means coil like a snake. And it is, when it is understood that like in a Vedic language, it is explained like it is like a serpent, like a snake. 7 chakra, it has got half chakra of each, means from one chakra to another, take half a turn. So gives 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and all. So 3.5 circle, it goes out from the Sahasrara. So this is about that. So the Kundalini, whatever you have, learned or whatever you heard, the Kundalini awakening and Kundalini Shakti and all these things. And it moves through the Shushumna Nadi, the central corridor, and that Shushumna Nadi where all the 7 chakras are there. And as we are discussing that when all 7 chakras activated, the energy will start moving from Muladhar, and when it crosses Sahasrara, then that connection opens. The spiritual connection, or your body is tuned to receive the divine experience or spiritual experience or meditational experience. Yeah. So now with this energy, when it moves, most of the people, what they experience, this energy movement, we discussed about the initial questions of Rishi. Whatever we discussed so far, that is called Pran Kundalini. Prana, the movement of the pranic energy. And why I'm saying whatever we discussed, these are actually the Pran Kundalini. So why it is? Because the Pran Kundalini that is having this energy which moves through the chakra, etc. The condition is, if your mind is having thoughts and your physical body have any kind of desire, then this movement is always pranic energy. It's always prana kundalini we're talking about. So the question is then, so all of us, we have that thoughts in mind, and we have desires, and that's normal for a normal human being. So whatever these things are, this kundalini movement and energy and all this kind of things, these are pran kundalini. Okay, now this pran kundalini, it can move. Now the question is, how many types of the kundalini is there? So when the kundalini moves, when the energy goes up through all the 7 chakras, it started with Muladhar, goes up, it can be moved, means it can be energized to move up in the different techniques. Okay, I'm now talking only about pran kundalini. Okay, what are other kundalini will come later, but whatever kundalini you understand, those are all pran kundalini. Okay, now I'm talking how pran kundalini can be raised from Muladhar to Sahasrara. What are the techniques? First technique is called mantra Veda. Veda means piercing. Like as I said, there are 7 layers. Through center it has passed through. No? Yeah, the energy has to pass through. Veda means like piercing, like passing through. Yeah. First one is called mantra Veda. By chanting, you can raise that vibration and activate the chakra, and through that, if you do it in the right sequence, right kind of vibration, then Kundalini moves up. And this method is called mantra Veda. Each chakra has its own, like you can say, the mantra. Let me. I wanted to have some picture posted. Let me see if I can get. Okay, let me see if I can share it into the screen here. I've already posted into the group. So there is a list of all the chakras. Chakra cleansing, balancing is the title, and it is below that it is written mudra and in a mantra. Mudra part you ignore, but let me see if I can share it here. Can you check you have received that into the group? I have posted one picture, JPG file. Just say thumbs up. Okay. Now let me share here for explaining purposes. Where is share button? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so I am now sharing one picture. So let me see if I can move the pointer there. You can see my pointer? Yeah, okay. The first one is a Muladhar. You can see the red color. That is you see in the middle, there is something written in Sanskrit. One word, I mean, not word, one syllable kind of thing in Sanskrit. And that is Lam. Okay. So those are the mantras. And then first one is Lam, then the second one is Vam, and the third one is Ram. Third one is solar plexus, or it is Manipura. Then heart chakra, Anahata Yam. Then Visuddhi is Hum. And then third eye is Om. And Sahasrara, it is written A, but you can take it as a Om. First one is Om, that is a third eye, and Sahasrara is the Om, like that. Yeah. So those are the mantras. So in this, if you keep repeating this mantra chanting, it can be written as a Om, Lam, Namah, or something like that. Or you keep repeating the word Lam, 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 like that. There are many, sadhak, they practice it. And that vibration goes and hit that chakra. That way, after several Lam, they go to Vam, then go to Ram, then Yam, then Hum, then Aum, then Om. Okay? So these are the mantra which activates those chakras. This kind of scenario, when these are called, like I'm just stopped and coming back to that. I've just stopped sharing and back into the screen. Can you share me back again? See me back again in the screen? I stopped sharing. Yeah, okay, good. Now, this kind of thing is called mantra Veda. Like if you do mantra chanting of each chakra, there are a few other mantras as well. I'm just giving one, that a particular syllable of that what is written. There is a different color and all those things. If you chant the mantra one by one, you can activate those 7 chakra. Some people in their sadhana, they practice by chanting them. Yeah, loudly they chant like the Vam, like that. So those kind of things are mantra Veda. Okay. Second type to have raise the Pran Kundalini is called Nada Veda. And Nada means sound. Now, this particular the sound, each and every chakra has a certain frequency. So, as for example, that root chakra is 432 hertz. Sacral chakra, like Swadhisthana, is 480 hertz. Solar plexus is 528 hertz. Heart chakra is 594 hertz. Throat chakra is 672 hertz. Third eye, 720 hertz. Crown chakra is 768 hertz. Now, this hertz I have given. Now, in this, if we have externally, this vibration, this hertz, what I just mentioned, is created and it is given to your chakra externally, then also chakra gets activated. There are healing pipes. The chakra pipes are there. In my Kolkata Rajarhat home, we have Babaji's temple there, and that temple I have all 7 pipes. So during meditation, I just play one by one and all those kind of things. So raise your hand. How many have experienced that? Visited my Rajarhat home and have an experience of that? Okay. So many of them. Yeah. Okay. So we have the healing pipes. Each pipe has been tuned to that vibration. But just I told you the values. And you can play that. It's a hanging pipe. You play that. And when the meditators, they receive that, then their chakra gets activated. So playing some music, playing some instrument, it can be pipe, it can be tuning fork, it can be singing bowl, it can be gong. Okay, there are different instruments out there. But only thing is, each and every chakra is getting activated by a certain frequency. Those are what I told you, those are the basic ones. There are something as harmonics are also available, but let us not go into that to complicate that. So these are the vibration. If you create that vibration externally near physical body, normally I play the backside of the body, like onto the spinal cord. So if you play one by one, then chakra gets activated. Not only that, if you play one after another, each chakra gets balanced as well. Like each and every of them are equally activated, and because you need a balance, you need alignment also. Just by playing, the alignment is possible. So somebody is maybe just listening to that or being in the presence of that sound vibration get activated, and Kundalini can move up. Once that all these things are played, all 7 in the sequence, starting from lower to the higher one. So when that Kundalini moves up, and that is called Nada Veda. Okay. So Nada Veda is this by sound instrument and all those things. Okay. Another kind of thing, it is done by the sannyasis. Yeah. So there is a way that it is, the brahmachari or sannyasis, they can convert their sexual energy to go upward through the Sushumna Nadi. There are some techniques, so that all the masters, they know that. Yeah. But we householders normally don't use it, but the brahmacharis, they use it for this. There is a way to do that. And while doing those practices, that sexual energy that converts into helps to raise the Kundalini through all the chakras. When it moves up in that way, that method, it is called Vindu Veda. Okay, that is a technique called Vindu Veda. So that is also another way to move to Kundalini awakening, by using the sexual energy created by the body into, that way. And next is called Shakta Veda. Shakta Veda is directly using the Shakti to move up that energy. This particular practice is called through Shakti Sadhana, it can be done. I think we have done in Kamakha. We have done in, Rishikesh camp also, when you go to the Devi temple. We have done this practice, Shakti Sadhana. Particularly, I think many people have experience of this Shakti Sadhana, pulling that, like from Muladhar to third eye, up to that level, you have to move and rest, it will move automatically. You started feeling that. That is through Shakti Sadhana. So again, how many of you have experienced that Shakti Sadhana in our Rishikesh trip? Okay. It's a cloudy day, but you can see the light, that after that energy has passed through and you experience that, the attendees, they have experienced that. That is called Shakta Veda. Means that Kundalini energy is pulled up by Shakti Sadhana. So that is another way to do that, to raise the Kundalini and the higher. Okay, so all we are talking about different Pran Kundalini experiences, different methods to do that. Like in the Sanatan Dharma, there are some practices called Kundalini yoga. There are some methods, and if you practice that kind of method, the Kundalini yoga, or particularly this also true for if you not in this life, maybe you have done past lives, those kind of the yoga or those kind of practices and all, and you are aware of you accept the Kundalini as a serpent, the snake kind of thing. From the beginning, it's come from inside. Means whenever people say Kundalini, always think about that snake in a 3.5 circle and going up kind of thing. So if you practice that Kundalini yoga, and then this Kundalini energy can also rise by those practices. And there is a distinction in that, like what happens is while crossing each chakra, it gives some kind of hissing sound, like a snake sound. The practitioner can hear that hissing sound, like it goes with a hissing sound. Yeah? Now, this particular thing, that hissing sound, when it happens that way through Kundalini yoga and those methods, and it happens, then it is called Bhujanga Veda. Bhujanga means snake. Bhujanga Veda is the Kundalini is actually moving like a snake. That you can feel that, and there is a associated with it. Okay, so now another interesting thing, like suppose you stay with any master. Master is, of course, connected and Kundalini awakened, and it is also possible that the master gives the Shaktipat directly and instantly that your Kundalini raised up. Then you can have a different kind of experience of that Kundalini, and this is also felt like the seeker feels like there is a sound of bee, black bee kind of thing. Yeah, those kind of sound, those are not physical sound, those are the higher dimensional sound, but you'll able to see that, and the Kundalini raises just simply by if somebody like some guru or master can give you Shaktipat, then definitely. But even if you are proximity to the master, you are, or at least you are connected with a master, maybe physically far off, but you are connected. Then also the Kundalini can rise just because you are energetically connected with the master, and then you get some kind of that kind of sound. And but when this happens that way, it is called Brahmar Veda. Okay, that is like a Brahmar means bee, black bee sound kind of things. You feel that. So these are 8 major, things that happens, and that you, as I mentioned, that this is all happen by different effect you can see, but the Kundalini arises by that. The techniques are different, but ultimate goal is to raise the Kundalini, and this is those characteristics what I told you. So these all, whatever I explained you, these are all Pran Kundalini experiences. And Pran Kundalini, let me go back to the basics. Pran Kundalini happens when the seeker, they are having thoughts in the mind and also having desire in the body. The mind is having thoughts and body has a desire. Okay. So they have that. So this kind of things, and then they can have all these 8 different experiences I explained. They can have the different kind of experience, but those are Pran Kundalini experiences one seeker can have. Yeah. Now, in this, I have not mentioned about the Kriya Yoga, right? So these all Mantra Veda, Nada Veda, Bindu Veda, Shakta Veda, Bhujanga Veda, Brahmar Veda. All those kind of things are, it's not directly related to that the Kriya per se. So let me give you the Kriya perspective. when we do the Kriya, and during the Kriya, and our purpose is first to raise the vibration, and then we practice and to go to the no thought zone. So when you go to the no thought zone, then your experience changes completely. And those kind of thing, it settles into that. Means by doing Kriya, you can have that Kundalini experiences, but at the same time, if you achieve a state where there is no thought in the mind, and also slowly you come to the level when there is no desire in the physical body, like you are basically with the divine. I'm saying that in that particular point of time, there is no desire. You come to the level where you experience life. I'm not saying permanently, but you come to the level that does not attract you, that does not pull you down. So you come to that level, then your experience changes. So just simply doing that Kriya into that state gives you another kind of Kundalini experience. And that second experience is called Chid Kundalini experience. Earlier, whatever I explained, those are Prana Kundalini. Okay. Chid Kundalini experience condition is mind should be thoughtless and your body should be desire free. Okay. So that's why it is little higher experience. It is not like a Prana Kundalini experience. Basically, it is a process where from Atma Vyapti, you are going to a Shiva Vyapti. Yeah. In the 6th step, we practice that. So when you go into that level, then your Kundalini experience changes. It happens automatically, but your experience changes. So that time when each and every chakra, when that Kundalini moves, you get internally, you experience certain kind of sound, internal sound. Those sounds are coming from the chakras, not coming from outside. Those things called chakra swara, sounds from chakra. Okay. Don't, misunderstand this with another Veda. That is external sound which activating the chakra. I'm not talking about that now. I'm talking about you come to the level where the chakra gets activated by itself and it generates sound of its own. That is chakra swara. Okay. So different, normally I maintain that I should not, tell those swaras because till you experience it. Many people in our group, they experienced it, they confirmed with me. I say, yes, it is this chakra sound, chakra swara, this chakra. They have experienced many, in our group. But as it is a topic of discussion, I don't want to make it like a so-called secret. I will explain you that what are those sounds, chakra swara. So, let me open my note. One moment. Somebody wants to join. Let me. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me open my note. Then I will give you those chakra swar or the sounds. Yeah. Okay, all right. So, that first one, when the Muladhar is activated, the chakra swar it creates is a sound of cricket. That I'm sure in our group, all of you had that experience, that background sound of cricket sound, like shh, this kind of sound. Normally in the evening, if you go to the forest, you will have this kind of some experiences. That is the sound chakra swara of the Muladhar. Okay. I'm talking now when your mind is silent, then only you will be able to listen. But if your mind is full of thoughts, you will not be able to listen that. But I'm sure you had experience of that almost every time you go into that meditation of these things. When mind gets silent, you hear that sound. Even now, if you close your eyes, you will be able to hear that sound. That means you have that experience of Muladhar activation, and that is what it is. And this is the first step of the Chit Kundalini, awakening step. You will be able to hear that. So, next one is about, like from the Sadhishtan, means Muladhar to Sadhishtan, it is again a cricket sound, but intermittent. It is not a continuous. Like that. Like it's intermittent, not continuous. Muladhar is a continuous sound. Similar sound, but a little less intensity, but intermittent. That is the thing. That is a chakra swara. We can hear about the second chakra, Swadhisthana. When it comes to the Manipura, it is like sound of thundering, or some people, they say, I hear the sound of raining, heavy rain. Heavy rain associated with the thunder. This, if you hear that kind of sound, it is significance is that you get chakra swara of Manipura. Okay, that is the sound associated with Manipura. Then you go further, it is about heart chakra. When you go to the heart chakra, it is like a sound of dhol or drum kind of thing. Drum, or some people who are the many sadhaks, when they deep into meditation, they hear that, the damru of Lord Shiva, that kind of sound. This sound is associated with your heart chakra. Okay, now if you go further up, means all the sounds can be heard in the same session. I'm just saying that when the Kundalini rises, this kind of sound, activated sound, you'll be able to hear in that meditative, this state. Yeah. Now that, so up to what I can, up to heart chakra. Okay. Now the throat chakra, when it comes up to throat chakra, it is like sound of a shankh. That, what do you call it in English? Conch or conch or whatever it is. So, what is the right spelling of shankh? That which we blow. What is the English spelling of that?
Conch shell.
Okay, conch shell. Okay. So that is the sound. It is basically is your throat chakra. So if you hear that kind of sound, it is coming from the chakra swar of your throat chakra or Visuddhi. And if it goes to the third eye or Agga chakra, it is the sound of the bell or some kind of ghanti or some kind of tingling sound of some instrument like a bell. And also you can say that it is also, you can say somebody hear the sound of, okay, Shubhit, thank you. Yeah. I just wanted to know the spelling of that. I mean, how it's spelled. What Aditi told already. Thank you. So now the thing is, now when the bell or like some bell of some temple, there are bells there may be multiple bells are there, it is ringing and that kind of things. Sound, that is for the third eye, Agya chakra. And then finally, when it reaches to the Sahasrara, its a sound is like playing flute. And it is some sadhaks, they said it's the flute of Krishna. Okay. But this is a kind of sound, chakra swara of you get. So I just explained all those things. So, and this particular thing, what we experience, that all the swara, when of course your mind is silent, you are in a stillness, no thought in the mind, and also physically, that period of time you have no desire, because these are the distractions. Any kind of desire, you will drop them down from your things. But if you go to the expanded awareness state, in going from Atma-Vyapti to Atma-Vyapti to Shiva-Vyapti, so then it is, you have that Chit Kundalini, that experience, and the process I said that it is happens. You can achieve that by doing the Kriya. And this particular aspect, like when you have that experience of that, and then when happens is third eye to higher, it's called Brahmarandhra opens up, like inner channel opens up, and the sadhak feels that universal bliss, like it's called Jagadananda state. Like when you be into that state, the Jagadananda, the universal bliss, and that is called the experience of Chit Kundalini. That it feels a blissful state. And most of the masters, they have that, they stay into that. When they experience that Chit Kundalini, and they do that, and they stay there simply by awareness of the Sandhika. Like you might have heard that to retain the awareness level, what the masters do, they focus on your breathing, like Bhairav Mudra. They always focus on the brain, and through that, the Sandhikal, they always get connected. And this particular state, they retain that particular state, and this is the Chit Kundalini already gone, and they into the state of bliss, Jagadananda state, but they catch that Sandhikal, what we practice in our fifth step during 6-step meditation. Same technique, but they hardly have to take one breath to get into the Sandhikal and just get connected, and they come into that blissful state right away. So those are the Chit Kundalini, the experiences. So far, and the Chit Kundalini experience, definitely one can achieve through Kriya Yoga, whatever technique you are told, through Kriya Yoga, and then 6-step meditation. Through that, when you go to the Shiva-Vyapti state, and that is you can say that is a state you can experience the Chit Kundalini, and you can hear the Chakra Swara and blissful state that you achieve. It is all possible. That is the Chit Kundalini. Okay. Now there is another one, the highest one. Let me give you as information only. Why, I will just explain a little bit later. The highest level, it is called Para Kundalini. Para Kundalini is a ultimate, the Kundalini that gives rise to the energy that has been give rise to the universe. That is it is not a local, it's not a human bodily sensation. It's like universal phenomena. And it is not a human phenomena. It is just it is also para, by the way. Para means pure. Yeah. Like in our like Guru Vandana, like one we call Guru is Para Brahma. That para means pure. Or para, you can also think like it is pare, like beyond everything, beyond the physical universe, like it is beyond. So this para Kundalini experience, it is so huge. Some masters say it is like it is the Kundalini of Shiva himself, which created the universe. It is from energy of divine feminine to divine masculine, the two ends, like two dots, but it's In the Veda, it is called, name as a Visarga. Visarga is that experience. Visarga in any language, you have two dots, small circle type of thing, Visarga. It is like that. So it is between coming from, it is unition of divine feminine into divine masculine, the two, merging that is that energy. It's a huge, that is a Parakundalini experience. And the thing is, it is not possible to experience that in the physical body. That's what I'm saying, that I can tell what it is, but you can never experience it. In fact, this particular experience, finally the masters, they just choose to experience at the time of leaving the physical body. You can say at the time of death, they experience that, because it is not possible that after the experience you come back to the body or come down. So it is, you can say, the ultimate Kundalini experience. So that is where it is called that. It is that final, the experience, the Parakundalini experience, that not possible to being in the human life and experience and come back, not possible. So at the final, this is the state. But what you can have is that you can have near that experience. Okay. So near that experience, you have to experience your Shivatva, like Shiva Vapti. It's basically Chit Kundalini, we already explained, but if you stay in the Shivatva, into that, and you can get little bit of glimpse of this kind of level when you, in our chakra system, it is, as we say, the physical body level chakra, you cannot get it. And there is a higher level of chakra beyond the body, and there is one thing called Nakshatra Shama Chakra. In the chakra session, I explained about, I think, Sanjogi Umashankarji's book, and he explained about 23 chakras, I think. So those are the kind of chakras, one level where you can feel like you are the universe, that kind of state. You can do that. And this particular thing, you have to go merge your energy so much into Lord Shiva that you have like smaller version of Parakundalini experience. In that level, that is, it is in English, it is called I am consciousness. When you are almost, fully into the consciousness. And how do you reach to that level? What is the kind of thing? So, of course, you don't have any mental stuff and desires and all gone. In Shivatva, to merge into that energy, you have to chant like Om Namah Shivaya. That's it. That is the mantra. So Om is the ultimate vibration which created the universe. That's why we always use that Om vibration. And Namah Shivaya, this represents that 5 Panchamahabhuta, 5 elements. Okay. So how it is? Na is like a earth. It represents Na. Ma is water element. Shi is fire element. Va is air element. And Ya, Shivaya, is like a space element in the last one. So what we do, we started with this Om, Namah Shivaya. We go from the cross like a earth, then water, then fire, then air, then ether, or the space. That's why you merge into your Shivatva. For the time being, you just take it as just information, because you will not be able to get there. I just explained you the method, but you will not be able to get that, and it is not possible to have that experience in the physical body. We have a lot of limitations in the physical body. This is the highest level of spiritual experience, which is the Parakundalini experience. So for the time being, I shared it, but there is you can have a little glimpse of that, but that will no way closer to actual experience. Yeah. Anyway, and this is also Shiva Vapti experience, which is 6th step. You can go there and you can practice that, and you can chant Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. So all your being, every cell of your body should chant that thing. This is particularly useful also. The Shivratri is coming tomorrow. So if you want to meditate, you go into the 6th step and chant Om Namah Shivaya. And then you go into the different state altogether. And that is the best way you can offer, your, you can say the energetic Anjali to Lord Shiva in this way. That is the meditation you can follow in Shivratri. And this is not, we are not talking about the Shiva as a statue or Shivlinga. Linga means symbol. That is the energetic symbol of Shiva, Lord Shiva. And we are not talking about those things. I am talking about your highest level. It's called Shivatva. Okay. To connect to your highest level, that's what it is. That is that method. Go to Shiva Vyapti state, and then you chant that to come into that energy level. Okay. All right. I think with this, we will conclude our today's learning session. And I will just save the attendance. Then if you have any question, you are free to ask me. Give me a minute. Let me save it. All right. Any question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kavita.
Guruji, awareness can we awaken our Kundalini through awareness?
Not by yourself. Your master can do that. Your master can just, by the force of awareness, can raise your Kundalini just by giving intention. But you on your own, unless until you practice and reach to that state, you will not be able to do it only with awareness. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
Monica. Yeah, thank you. Monica.
Pranam RPA.
Pranam, Monica.
The picture that you have sent. So do you suggest that we can do those in those mudras, like specifically, let's say I want to work on my creativity. So do you advise that I can, work on it other than my Kriya and other?
Yeah. Those mudras are particularly for those chakras, and you have to continuously chant that mantra.
And for how long one should do it? Like, let's say 5 minutes.
Maximum 10 minutes, maximum.
Okay. Yeah. Understood. Yes. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, you repeat the same mantra, so that it energizes, so that you can energizes, and also you focus into that chakra when doing it.
Okay.
This mind should not be wandering around. You have to be focused there. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Thank you, RPA.
Yeah. God bless you. All right. Any other question? Okay, Ganesh Babu. Then Shubhranta, I'll come back to you. Ganesh.
Pranam.
Pranam.
My question is the Kundalini energy. You have once told above Sahasrara, there are many Kundalini levels. Chakras are there, not Kundalini. And below Muladhar also, there is downward also. Many chakras are there, which is kind of documented or somebody has experienced and noted now. So, which means beyond somebody could have not documented, somebody only might be experiencing it. So, you mean to say beyond the documented, what we read in the books or whatsoever, above Sahasrara chakra or below Muladhara chakra, you mean to say many more is possible, or whatever the yogis or rishis or experience it, those things are documented?
Okay. Yeah. No, see, it is possible. That is the thing. Maybe some of the chakras are there which nobody has written about it and nobody documented it, but you can experience it. It's possible. So now the thing is, so far, whatever we read about, I think 144, 145 types of chakras are there. I have seen people have learned from the different things and all those kind of things. But it doesn't matter as long as it is not your own experience. It doesn't matter how many people have experienced how many chakras. It is just an information, right? Yeah, but yeah, for the time being, as I have personal knowledge and I met with, Uma Shankarji, so that what list I have given in that 23 chakras, better you focus only on that. If you want to go beyond physical body, okay?
Sure.
But one thing I'll tell you, is I explained it during our chakra session, whatever the numbers, always our heart is at the center. Means up and down, there may be many. In the physical body also, 7 chakra means above heart there are 3, below heart there are 3. Okay. So no matter how many up and down you go, but center is always your heart. And just when the Kundalini awakening happens, the energy channel opens, then there is I'm just sharing, there is a huge flow of energy. Whole energy started, divine energy started coming down and flow and all those things. We give a free flow of energy, means when you are fully connected to the universal energy. So after that, the masters, they have a capacity to hold that energy to connection as a connection point. Most of the things, masters, they choose to hold that energy into the heart. That is the center point where the energy can be connected, or it can be expressed outside to give it to someone or pass it on to someone. So 2 men are there. One is either heart, or some master choose to hold it in the third eye. Okay. That is what it does. And this particular thing, based on that, so they operate from either pure love or pure awareness, because that is as per their mission. So they choose to do that. And before that, it crosses all the chakras, known, unknown. Okay. Full flow, top and the bottom, below the human body. So it becomes a huge flow of energy and all those things. So they passes through numerous amount of chakras during that process. So that's how it happens. But ultimately, when in the level of that kind of experience, that energy need to settle somewhere. I'm saying ultimately, as long as you have the physical body, they choose only on these 2 chakras based on their mission. So that is how it is. Okay.
And can I ask 2 more added to the same?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Guruji. Guruji, you told about when the chakra get activated, you will hear some kind of a sound of insects
Chakra.
and food. Chakra when the chakra get activated, like cricket sound or flute sound or whatever. So one will experience that must and should, or it is just somebody will experience this.
Your voice is breaking. Can you repeat it? Your voice is not clear.
Am I audible now, Guruji? Am I audible now?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. My question is, during the chakra activation, you mentioned about few sounds, few will be experiencing it, like cricket sound or flute sound or these things. It is must and should one will must experience it, or it is a kind of just an indication for someone to know that these chakras are doing. activated and moving on? Is it must and should, or it's somebody's experience?
No, that is a good question. Where you said it is mandatory to listen to the sound or not.
Yes.
That's what. Yeah. See, what happens is when activation, that it will create that sound anyway. Okay. It depends upon the sensitivity of the seeker whether they are able to listen or not listen. Means, but basically I'm saying whether you're able to listen or not, that does not mean that it is not activated. It depends upon your sensitivity. Same thing with our heart, listen to the heartbeat. Many, they cannot hear the heartbeat. That does not mean the heart is not beating, right? Same here. So that chakra is definitely activated. But when it is activated, it gives this sound. Whether you are able to listen to the sound or not, it depends upon your sensitivity. But if you can hear, and what I explained is that which sound represent which one. Means, if suppose you are able to hear some, the flute sound, or drum sound. So if you know that which it means, then it will be more clear. That's why. But if you are not listening to that sound, that does not mean that they have not activated. Okay.
Thank you, Guruji. Noted, Guru.
Yes.
So just to same attached question, I'm just saying, my third question is how one will know whether one should know the progress, or because the chakras activation, because based on this sound, somebody will know that they are able to listen to that sound. So that is something they are progressing to that level. So how one will know, or one should know, or one should practice that one has reached to that chakra level? So how one should know if he is not listening or she is not listening that sound?
Okay, so there are two parts of it. Some is if you wanted to know, how to know about it, and second is whether it is needed to know.
Yes.
Second part first, let me answer. You don't need to know. Okay, you practice. Okay, just you practice and it will move up and it will do all its work. You don't get stuck into this thing. Okay, it will happen on the way. That is a spiritual answer. But technically, if you like to know which chakra activated and how many percentage, there is something called Krilian camera. The photography is there, like an X-ray type thing. Okay. It can give you a report that this chakra is open that much, activated this much. There is a report, the Krilian camera. They take that and give you the report. You know which percentage and how it is in it. But in the spiritual practice, it is unnecessary. Okay. So it is not needed for your spiritual progress, but if you are interested, and there is a way to do that. There is a Krilian camera. It's a costly. So they can take a photo and they can show that picture of that each chakra, how much percentage, 0 to 100. They can give you that. Okay.
Understood. Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Thanks a lot, Rishi.
Okay. God bless you. Shubhranto, go ahead.
Rajdev, you already have mentioned it, but still I would like to reconfirm that all these chakras from Sahasrara to Muladhar, top to bottom, they are all positioned horizontal, or the bottom and top are horizontal and then the middle ones are all vertical?
Yeah, no, only the third eye is horizontal. Okay, third eye. All are vertical.
All are vertical. Okay.
Yeah, only the third eye is a horizontal, like a cone sort of thing. It's moving in the forward direction. That's the only one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, rest of the things are vertical or like a circle kind of thing in the localized, but only third eye is in the front protruding, and Shastra is opening onto the top, you can say.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And then another question is, so while doing the pranayam, if I feel that there is certain pain in the brain or in the head, Is it an indication that I'm doing something wrong, not the right way, or is it just a phenomena? I just should ignore it.
No, there are two. It depends upon which kind of pain it is. Okay. See, there are many issues can happen there. If just I'm giving you a little bit of thing. If it is, you say that something like in Hindi they can jhanjhanahat. Okay, like certain kind of vibration, like a shock type of thing. That is that is it implies it is getting activated. And some little bit of pain sometimes happen when it is opening, like unblocking. If there is some blockage in between, something comes, it is getting a little bit pain, but it doesn't stay for long. But if it is a sustaining for a long time, then it is something physical in nature. Means it is nothing to do with the chakra. Okay, headache and all those things, long time, it can be for some other reason. It is not associated with this kind of, chakra activation or anything of that sort.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Rajdeep.
Okay, God bless you. Okay, Rishi.
Just one thing, Guruji, can you show once the Hriday Mudra?
Hriday Mudra. Okay. The pointing finger should touching the base of the thumb. And then the middle finger touching the tip of the thumb. And then hands on your lap.
Okay. Only middle finger, right, Guruji?
It's two fingers. First is the pointing finger touching the base of the thumb. Base. And middle finger touching the tip of the thumb.
Okay. Okay, Guruji.
And then hands on your lap.
Okay.
Hriday Mudra.
Thank you.
All right. Aditi.
Rajdeep, as you told right now that with the help of a camera, the percentage of opening up of each chakra is visible. That means out of 7 chakras, it may so happen that chakra, say heart chakra, is partial opening possible? That way possible?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not necessary that from Muladhar to Sahasrara, so it will, degree of opening will be in decreasing manner, or it's not like that.
No. Let me put it in this. Opening is a little confusing word. I'm talking energy-wise, activation.
Okay.
All may be open, but level of energy is different.
Oh, I see.
Okay, that energy has been picked up by the Kundalini camera.
Okay.
So whether it is open or not, maybe all of them are open. But what degree it is active, what kind of energy it is emitting,
understood.
That is what has been catched in the camera.
So it's not necessary that ki Sahasrara will be the lowest degree of energy level, Muladhar will be the highest degree. It's not like that.
No. So there will be always different degree, but what we normally do is if you do regular practice and you do like a chakra pipes and thing like that, then it gets balanced. That is the thing.
Balanced means 100%.
Not necessarily. Balanced means all are in unison. They are working together.
Okay.
See, suppose if the heart chakra is very little open, very little activated, and others are activated, so the energy free flow will not be there. It will be restricted flow. So balance means suppose you are having say 50%, all of them are 50% means there will be some free flow of energy. There is no imbalance.
Okay,
but
so
it has not reached its highest potential. That's what it means.
Understand. No, it's not what I am trying to understand. That say many a times we discuss that if say when we meet or wherever during satsang, it is a minimum 500 plus is there for all the attendees also. So can I consider this way that up to heart chakra, each and every chakras like Muladhar, Swadhisthana, Manipura and heart chakra all are 100% level? Can I think like that?
No, 1 minute. Means satsang means there will be some master, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you come into the same, means come to the same energy level of the master. Even it is induction effect. One of the thing, like Brahmar Veda, I explained.
Right.
This kind of, so that is not your own, but you have the same level of, if you are in a proximity of a master, and particularly giving Shaktipat or something like that,
understand.
Holy Hug or something of that nature, then you get instantly the same level of the master.
Instantly.
Yeah. Question is holding it, not getting it.
Right.
In the induction effect, you will get it. You will get that. You will have all the experience, 500 plus. Okay.
Yeah. Understood.
And just master, you can do sometimes. I don't know how many have seen me healing someone energetically. I do something like these things. Yeah.
I have followed.
Okay. This thing is to clearing all the chakras and raise the Kundalini up. So just by simply this hand gesture, energetically, you will open the channel and you've got it there. It means anywhere that misalignment and all these things go, it is like a flushing, I already mentioned about the holding hands and the flushing the energy and things like that. Yeah. There are different techniques. The masters, they know. Yeah. Okay. But the whole idea is to bring you back into the flow of that energy so that it free flow happens. Okay.
Thank you so much for the wonderful explanation. Thank you.
God bless you. All right. I think Manika, I think I already discussed, or you have any other question? I can see the hand raised. I think it was raised from the beginning, I think. Yeah. Okay. Nego?
Rajdeep, I have just one small question. Tomorrow is Shivaratri. Is it a high energy day?
Yes. It is a high energy day, and that is the time the experience of the Shivatva, the sixth step, will be beneficial.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. God bless you. We'll have our morning meditation usually, but when you do that in the midnight type, that Shivaratri thing, and you can do on your own and you can follow that. Like a Shiva Vapti state, as long as you can maintain that, it will be very much beneficial spiritually, for your own spiritual development. All right, with this, now I'll chant the Shanti part. Oh. Sarvesham swastirvavatu. Sarvesham shantirvavatu. Sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhino. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhave. Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti.